35 stunning pin-up photos from the 1940s. Here is a collection of 35 captivating pin-up images, bringing back the nostalgic beauty and charm. 1. A girl in a classic floral bikini. 2. A polka dot dress with elegant lace gloves. 3. Victory Rolls hairstyle exuding sophistication. Enjoy this slideshow of images and relive the mesmerizing beauty of these vintage icons. Why did two brothers, born into an ordinary family in a small house near St. Martin-Vesubie, live such extraordinary lives? How did their fame extend beyond the borders of the county of Nice? The answer lies in their remarkable size. They are the giants of the Alps. With just his mouth, Prince Randian could roll cigarettes, light them, and even shave his face. He went by many names, including the Snake Man, the Human Torso, and the Human Caterpillar. The Leatherman. Known for his handmade leather suit, the Leatherman was a mysterious vagabond who traveled a 365-mile loop through Connecticut and New York for nearly 30 years. Despite his well-documented route and enduring presence, his true identity remains unknown and a subject of ongoing debate. The 1993 Calmer Dabin Incident. In 1993, 6 hikers led by Ludmila Korovina, a 41-year-old survival expert and hiking instructor, set out on a routine trek through Siberia's Calmer Dabin mountain range. Tragically, the journey took a dark and mysterious turn. Only one member survived, and the events that unfolded continue to raise unsettling questions. Baba Anuchka, the poisoner of Vladimirovac. Baba Anuchka, an accomplished amateur chemist and serial killer, operated in the village of Vladimirovac, Yugoslavia. Active during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, she is believed to have poisoned between 50 and 150 people, making her one of history's most enigmatic and chilling figures. John Saber's search for gold. In 1876, John Saber, a businessman from Georgia, arrived in Prescott, Arizona, eager to try his luck in gold mining. He acquired numerous mining claims along Lynx Creek but quickly grew dissatisfied with the crowded conditions. Determined to uncover richer veins, he set out in search of a more promising and secluded location. Calvin Graham, the 12-year-old World War II hero. Calvin Graham, just 12 years old, lied about his age to join the Navy during World War II. Fighting valiantly in major battles, he demonstrated extraordinary courage and resilience. Decades later, he fought tirelessly to reclaim his unearned medals, cementing his legacy as a true symbol of determination and bravery. Roque José Florencio, the legacy of Pata Seca. Roque José Florencio, nicknamed Pata Seca, was born in 1828 in Angola and endured the horrific fate of being turned into a breeding slave. Forced to father over 200 children, his lineage now accounts for nearly 30% of the population in Santa Eudoxia, São Carlos. His story remains a stark reminder of the inhumanity of slavery and its enduring impact. Carlos Hathcock, a Vietnam War American sniper, volunteered to crawl for 3 days across 2,000 m of open field containing an enemy headquarters. He took a single shot that killed an NVA general, and then crawled back out without being spotted. Don't let the soft eyes and delicate smile deceive you. Mildred Harnack was a fighter. She stood up against the Nazi regime and sacrificed everything to oppose Adolf Hitler's brutal dictatorship. She was the only American civilian ever executed by Adolf Hitler. Once called the Lords of the Forest, billions of ancient American chestnut trees once dominated the Appalachian landscape. Until 1904, when the accidental introduction of Asian chestnut blight rotted them by the millions. By 1920, the species was functionally extinct. In 1841, he was an enslaved 12-year-old who had no formal education and could not read or write. And yet, he was able to discover a technique for pollinating vanilla orchids in a quick and profitable way. Meet Edmund Albius, the boy who revolutionized the vanilla industry. Hiro Saga, a relative of the Emperor of Japan, was arranged by the Guangdong army to marry the younger brother of the last emperor of China. The marriage was aimed at introducing Japanese blood into Manchukuo. Sarah Forbes Bonetta was captured and orphaned during a slave hunt in West Africa in 1848. She was taken prisoner by the King of Dahomey, residing in what is now present-day Benin. She became the protégée of Queen Victoria, took her place in Victorian high society, and became a celebrity. In an attempt to assassinate Hitler, a Nazi officer hid 2 time bombs in his jacket and led Hitler on a tour of a museum. Hitler raced through the museum and left before the bombs exploded, so the officer had to rush to the bathroom. There, he defused the bombs at the last second. Action T4 was a secret Nazi program that killed over 300,000 disabled and mentally ill people under the guise of mercy killing. This chilling chapter in history highlights the dangers of eugenics, intolerance, and authoritarian rule. It left a lasting impact on humanity. When a Confederate colonel called John Clemma damned Little Yankee Devil and demanded his surrender at the Battle of Chickamauga, John shot him, and became the youngest non-commissioned officer in U.S. Army history. William T. Shorey, known as the Black Ahab, was the only African-American ship captain on the West Coast in the late 19th century. Leading an all-black crew, he broke racial barriers in the whaling industry. He left a legacy of courage, skill, and determination. Joe Arity was an intellectually disabled American man who was falsely convicted and wrongfully executed for the 1936 rape and murder of Dorothy Drain, a 15-year-old girl in Pueblo, Colorado. He was manipulated by the police to make a false confession. Valentine Tapley promised to never shave again if Abraham Lincoln was elected president. He died in 1910 with a 12-foot-long beard. Johan Pettersson, known as the Viking Giant, stood 8 feet 8 inches tall and wowed audiences worldwide with his strength, charm, and showmanship. From circus fame to movie roles, his towering legacy lives on as one of history's most unforgettable giants. The last American slave ship docked illegally in Mobile, Alabama in 1860, carrying about 160 West African captives. Among them was Cudjoe Lewis, who recognized how his birth culture might be erased while toiling in this new land. Hitler's 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 1899, he is top row, center. 4th grade class 18 Born a slave, Biddy Mason walked 1,600 miles to freedom. She became one of LA's first black landowners, founded the first AME church, and turned her wealth into hope for the poor. A trailblazer of resilience, generosity, and unstoppable determination. Juana Maria, the lone woman of San Nicolas Island, survived 18 years in isolation after her tribe was devastated. Her story of resilience, resourcefulness, and mystery inspired the novel Island of the Blue Dolphins and remains a testament to human endurance. A man in a kang in Shanghai, circa 1870. The kang was a device that was used for public humiliation and corporal punishment in East Asia until the early 20th century. In 1940s Mexico, four sisters turned ambition into horror, running a brutal empire of sex slavery, murder, and deception. The Valenzuela sisters' dark reign at Rancho El Unveil stands as one of history's most chilling true crime stories. Hoover Dam under construction in 1934. Constructed between 1931 and 1936, during the Great Depression, it was dedicated on September 30, 1935, by President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The construction was a massive effort involving thousands of workers, and took over 100 lives. In 1948, a man posing as a health official poisoned 16 bank employees in Tokyo, sparking Japan's most notorious mass murder case. Artist Sadamaki Hirasawa was convicted but claimed innocence, sparking decades of debate over wrongful conviction and Unit 731's dark legacy.